I just want to show you where I was at. Didn't want to show you me sitting there cleaning, but I've been cleaning, probably been an hour to clean this out really well. You see I have my porch blocked off here. I had another paper towel in here covering where the lifters are, so nothing gets down in there. I have it on this side because I was working on this side, but you can see the difference, how clean that is now. The mating surface is clean, got a lot of the junk out of there. I will be changing the oil in this, and there's brake cleaning all sitting in the head, but I will get that out of there. We'll clean that out. Just trying to get as much of the build up as out of there as possible, but I don't want it going down in the engine, so I have these paper towels kind of blocking the returns off, and I've been cleaning out underneath and cleaning out all the junk and brake clean and everything else so it doesn't go down in the engine. I will pour some oil in there over the cam before I put the intake back on, and I will pour some oil down into the lifters, the top of the lifters, and make sure they're oiled, and I will clean the push rods as well, make sure they're flowing through there, no problems, and I will be changing the oil, as I said. But you just got to clean it. It takes time. You have to clean it, and it has to be clean. So I'm going to go pull my stuff out here, clean one more time, and get ready to put my gaskets in. I cleaned up my push rods, make sure none of them were clogged up. They look good. I'm getting ready to put my intake gaskets on now. I'm just put the gaskets on here. They have to go on before. There's a little push pins in a couple places behind here. I'll get them lined up. Now I'm just going to start putting push rods back to where they came out of. I'm going to put a little bit of dip them a little bit on the way in there, turn them over. They have to go back in where they came out from. Don't forget that. All right, try to tighten them back up. 24 foot-pounds for them. Okay, so I just finished up about 2.5, 3 hours just cleaning, basically. I'm getting ready to put the, obviously I've got my push rods back, torqued down, my gaskets in place. The ends are silicone. There's no gasket for the end, it's just silicone. Got that done. I'm ready to put the lower intake back on. So I'm going to set the intake in place here. Let's try to. Gonna fight with this bolt, I'm sure. This bolt in the back corner is a real pain. Remember, getting it off of here was a real pain. That's the one that I'm worried about because I don't want to smear this silicone all over the place. Fight with this bolt. Which is what it's doing right now. I don't want to touch that until it's ready to go down on there. was a real pain to get off of there. I gotta get around behind it. Try to get it down, set it straight down on it. It's close, but it ain't there. Come on. It's right there. It's right there. Just doesn't want to fall down in there. There it goes. Check it. I know you can't see it. It's just a stud that's sticking out that I got to get around, and I'm on it, so that's good. Now, I just want to line this up good. Get everything in place. Get it, start tightening it down. New bolts for this. I recommend you replace the bolts. 4 long ones in the middle here. See if I can get them started. They already have thread locker on them. Get this lined up and see if I can get them going here. It feels good. Get my valve covers back on. We do these valve covers in the corner where the gasket is. You want to put silicone RTV in there when you do these. So it doesn't look... Alright, so I had to go clean my valve cover. I just forgot. Kit comes with new grommets. So I've set that back in place. New gasket in there. And I'm just snugging them up. Front one first and I'll do the back. There's a little V where the gasket meets on the end. Make sure you put a little silicone in that V. Seal that up. It doesn't leak on you. Like I said, this is new grommets for the valve covers, new gaskets. Comes in the kit. I just wanted to show you this. Here's the grommet from the valve cover, bolt. Bolt goes through there and it sticks, it stays in there. There's a metal collar. The easiest way I found to get these off is just take a razor blade, cut the old grommet off, and then you can push the new grommet over it. To get them out of the valve cover, turn it upside down, take a punch, smack this, the bolt will come out, then take a little bigger punch, smack that, and the whole thing will come out, and then you can take the grommet off of there. So here's the little metal grommet, or a little metal insert that goes inside of there, and I just usually set this on the bench and you can just push this over. I'll try to do it here, but it's hard to do it. You put it on a bench, push this right over it. Real easy. So here you can see this one's missing. I've got the insert in a new grommet. You just sit it in there, then I'm going to stick the bolt on the top of it and tap it with a hammer. It'll push the bolt through and then the bolt won't come loose. It'll catch it and it'll stay in there. Seal too well without a gasket. Just saying. You do what you want, but I don't think it's going to work too well. Try to keep this where you can see it. Popped it right out of there, didn't I? I've cleaned this sealing surface on this, cleaned it out. You didn't see that, but it's nothing to see. I think you spend as much time doing this job cleaning as anything else. I've spent probably over 3 hours cleaning, getting everything ready. Make sure that's seated all the way in there. All right, let's put it in place. Get it lined up here. So as I said, these have a metal insert. Just torque them down and snug them up, they'll stop. I believe this has to go this way. In here like this. So let's set that just temporarily there. Let's get this pump back in place, get it started so it's in the right place. Okay. Our steering pump's back on. I've got my harness laid in there. I've got to put my fuel rail back on here. I believe it should go like this. Harness should go on top of that, like that. Now, I don't know if you remember, but I spread these apart a little bit to get it off the fuel rail. I'm going to actually kind of squeeze them back in a little bit. Just bending them back in a little bit, each one of these, as I bend them out. I'm going to take a little bit of motor oil, just a little bit around these new seals for the fuel rail, just to make it easier to get them on there, hopefully. Now let's put the rail on. Lined up here. Gotta get everybody lined up and happy with where they are. Okay, that side looks good. This side, don't know, that one's in. Not so sure about that one. Yep, looks like it. That one's clipped on. Got one. That rail's in. Back one's in. Yeah, everybody looks happy. Everybody's clipped in. Good. Went easier than I thought it was going to go. I push pins for my injectors back in here. And then start hooking everything up. This one's a little tough to get to. But it will go in. Just go with the easy ones. I forgot to put this under. I've got to weasel that in now. It's got to go through here. I'm going to have to pull this rail back up. Let me see. Nope. I think I can make it. There we go. It's better. Alright. Let's see. Now I'm going to go back to the hard one here. One that's hard to get to. It'll take me half an hour for one of them. I think it's on. Okay. Everybody's going to put my lock tabs back in here. Make sure everybody's happy. The 2 bolts here. Alright, injectors are all hooked back up. Connectors are out where they should be. Power steering pump's tightened up. Alright, get this tangled mess out of here. I want to trap these spark plug wires. Tangle them in here. Let's untangle them. Get them up out of the way here. Alright, fuel lines. The smaller and the bigger line. Which is which? I don't know. They only fit one way. That's my smaller line here. Clipped on. Locked in. This is my evap line. Alright, so let's take our tape off here. I've already cleaned it. Let go. Make sure I'm not twisted up here with my cables. And messed up on me. I don't want that. Let me get my gaskets. Help if I put gaskets on there. Really can only go one way. Kind of hard to mix it up. All right. At least start this way and see how it goes. Up there. EGR valve out of the way. Make sure everybody's happy with where they are. Okay. Almost forgot my clips. I can't forget my clips here. Fuel line clips. Okay. Make sure you don't pinch that. Got it behind the alternator here. Just get them started. Get my other two mounting bolts started here. You can't see them. I can't see them either. I'll do my hard line that goes all the way around now. Gotta fish that in there. I know it will go back in there because it came out. Let's see how long I can fight with this one and get it in. Hopefully not too long. That actually comes up above this. I know that. Up above the... Not a lot of space for it, but it will fit in here because I know I had it out of here. It goes right up in here like this. I think I may have to put this end in first. We'll see. Like I said, I'll probably fight with this forever to get it in here. So obviously this has to go in somehow. Somehow. I don't know. And this is just enough room for it. You know, I gotta go down behind these lines and get it in place. Get my spark plugs that I got down in here, my wires out of the way. Just gotta get a clean shot. I'm gonna have to trim that back. Way too long. I can tell that already. Stud's right there for it, so it's almost in the right position. Let me see. Actually, I got that in the side without even thinking about it. Wow, that never happens. All right, I'm not going to tighten that up yet. All right, these are the two lines that come up the throttle body to this hard line that I just wiggled into place. I just cut line for them and didn't know how long. I just want to leave it long. So I've got to get in here, trim them to the right length. These are a pain. I'm just telling you, flat out. These are a little troublesome. Not no, I don't know. Let's just start hooking stuff up. Nothing really to see here except just putting everything back together. I wanted to show you the torque specs, upper and lower manifold. That's the steps that you go through. And here's the diagram. That's the driver's side. See if you can focus on it. I don't know. The sequence, come on, focus. So that's it. Basically, there's your torque sequence and torque specs for that. And that's about it. I'm going to obviously close my petcock up on the radiator, refill the coolant, drain the oil, change the oil. The filter's only got about 200 miles on it. Literally just did a week ago, did an oil change on this. I'm going to refill the oil, obviously. Run it probably 15 minutes, a half an hour. Check for leaks. Make sure the coolant system bleeds out. Everything's good. And then I will drain the oil again and put a new filter and new oil on this. I will be flushing this system. I may show that in the video, I may not. Really, it's just a matter, I'm going to add some simple green, maybe quarter simple green, and some dishwashing detergent, granule, mix it up beforehand, warm water, so it's all dissolved. Pour it in there, let it run through that for, I don't know, 15 minutes. Drain it, try to get as much oil out as I can. Probably do it 3 or 4 times, when it's bad. This one was pretty bad, had a lot of oil in it. Let me see if I can find the thermostat here. Maybe you can see this, but that's the thermostat that came out. Is covered in oil, just completely coated in oil. And the hose to the throttle body that's right near that thermostat, that was the worst one. And I believe in that back corner of the intake is where it was bleeding oil into the cooling system. That's what it looked like to me. And that would be right next to this, right near this. So kind of expected that to look like that. But it can take 3, 4, 5 times of flushing the system, try to get as much oil. And I do have a new overflow reservoir, which I will replace this one that's on here rather than try to get just the junk out of it. It's just not worth it. It's going to be really hard to get it out of there. So I may show, like I said, I may show that, I may not. This took me probably 10, 12 hours. I wasn't rushing. I wasn't in a hurry. Probably 4 hours of that was just cleaning. Engine was not as clean inside as I like to see it. Did a lot of cleaning in there. Clean the gasket surfaces. Make sure they're clean. There's no oil on them or you're going to have problems. But not a hard job. Really not hard at all. It just takes time. You got to take a lot of stuff off of here. Harness, electrical connectors, fuel rail. And I'll be checking all that stuff for leaks when I run this, initially. Make sure there's no coolant leaks, no fuel leaks from the injectors or anything like that. And everything looks good. If you have to do this or have this problem with this particular car, this series, this engine, this series of cars, I hope this helps you out. If you like the video, subscribe below. Thanks for watching.